Afternoon, tubbers. It is today, Friday, the 11th of March. Is that right? It is the 11th, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's 11th. And I took yesterday off because I took an Arctic out. No, I didn't decide that all of a sudden I was going to drive an Arctic. I paid £30, and a company not a million miles away from me let me go out in one of their Arctics. I did an assessment drive for another training school, and I felt right at home in the Arctic, absolutely right at home. And it's the first Arctic I've driven. So I think it's created more questions than it has answered any. Because now I'm thinking, do I just pay for the Arctic course again? Start from scratch? It's another £1,450, which is, I know there's people out there doing it for less. Hughes Driver Training out of Loughborough. They've got a few problems with illness at the minute, and their instructors. And theirs is £200 cheaper, which is a lot of money. You know, bearing in mind how long it takes you to earn that £200. So I've got lots of consideration, and right now £1,400 is a lot of money to me. As you know, I paid out £1,150 on my training. What was it, 3 weeks ago? And work was not very good in January and February, and I've just been on holiday. So when I pick the piggy bank up, all I hear is a little tinkle tinkle rather than any flutter flutters, if you get my drift. So I don't know what to do. My cheapest option will be to go with another school that has wag and drag, right? My only problem with the wag and drag was that it just felt like I was out in class 2. Yeah? Once you got your mind into going deeper into corners, watching that rear end cut in, and it really just cut in. I mean, it was longer than an Arctic in total length. I think it was 11 foot longer in total than your standard Arctic. So once you got used to that part, it was just like driving a class 2 vehicle, a rigid, apart from the reversing, of course. So yeah, my cheaper option would be to go with somebody. I'm adamant I don't want to go back where I come from. I wasn't impressed with the instructor. He couldn't be bothered, and there's no point in saying, look, I want my money back, because A, it just sounds like bitter grapes, and B, there's no point in arguing with the boss that owns the company. Yeah? There's no point whatsoever. And I don't want the stress of having to try and take somebody to court and say, look, you promised me this and you delivered that. Because bottom line, I hold my hands up. I should have said right there and then, this is not what you promised me. But you sort of get into it and you're halfway through and you think, well, I'm getting no feedback at the end of my lessons. They haven't got their own training facility, so we can't do concentrate on an area where I need concentrating on. And the guy made me feel like absolute crap. He said, well, it's simple, you just can't reverse, can you? And that was his solution to the problem. You know? I'd got it all mixed up in my head. I was overthinking it. And all I wanted was time to practice reversing. Just intuitively turn the wheel which way I want the trailer to go. And when you've done that many years, I'm sure you have, then it does become intuitive. But not when you've never done it before, or done very little of it. You know, they compared a caravan to a rigid, a wagon drag. You can't do that, because like I said before in my other video, all I did in my car is we're doing this and it comes naturally. But you're looking at everything from a reverse perspective in your mirrors. Do you get me? So you have to switch your brain over, and for some people it's not a problem, but when you get to 40, things like that tend to get the better of you a bit more until you get used to them. I shan't quit. I shall beat it. Have you got paperwork, boss?
Paperwork, yeah, just print sign date that top one for me, pal.
Okie doke. That's the 11th today, isn't it?
It is.
11th of this. So which one do I want?
There you go, mate.
Super job, thank you very much, boss. See you later. This is the second time I tried to do this video because the phone rang last time, so I started again. But yeah, it's a lovely day anyway. Look at that. Blue sky, sun's out. Happy days. I do like a bit of sunshine. What was I talking about? Yeah, yeah, this guy, you know, I needed time on reversing. Oh, that's not where I failed my test, of course. I failed to observe somebody sneaking up that side of me, which I held my hands up. I should have spotted him doing it, you know, even though he's impatient to see you next Tuesday. He cost me a lot of money, that man. I should have spotted him. Simple, plain and simple. Absolutely. What if it had been a push biker? You know, a kid on a push bike. I should have spotted him. Absolutely. So that's just the way it is. So yes, I'm not sure whether I'm going to just put that 1400 down on the table. It won't be yet, let me tell you. Or looking to go in with another company completing the WAG and drag course. But having been out in the Arctic, my feeling is that that's where my training lies. As you all know, the only reason I went with the WAG and drag, because my instinct told me not to, was because the availability of that particular course. Because work was non-existent and I needed to do something proactive, not just sit there and moan. So I did something about it, and unfortunately it didn't work out for me. But the good thing about it is that maybe somebody out there has learnt by my mistakes. That's why I do it. That's why the good and bad, it all goes on there. If I make a mistake, then hopefully you're there to observe that and learn by it. Because my tutor at catering college always said to me, the best way to learn is to make a mistake. Well, that's okay when you're making a souffle, because somebody doesn't get a souffle. But in a wagon it's slightly different maybe. But yes, so I'm out for the same company that I've been with all week. I enjoy doing this random stuff. One day I'm delivering a load of artificial grass, the next day a load of lighting. I'll show you, see if I can show you what they do. I can't show you the company. Let the camera adjust. I'll try and zoom in. Here it comes up. See that, look? Them lighting rigs, like they use in the football stadiums, etc. They do a lot of imports here, send a lot of stuff abroad. But yeah, they do massive, great big telescopic lighting towers. So it's quite heavy industry. This is. I'm always impressed by heavy industry, how they turn them sheets of steel into stuff like that. It's just amazing. You know, it's like baking a cake for them, but to me, it still amazes me. What else have I got to tell you? Somebody's passed the test, and I tell you what, I briefly read it, and then I forgot which vlog he was commenting on. So I've got to go back and try and through my emails and find it out, because somebody's just passed passed. I think the class 2. I've mentioned Mr. Walsh. He's class 1 now. Good lad. Stevie Boy in the North East. He's passed his class 2. That's done. I've done that. There's somebody else. Do you know what? I'll come back to you. So yeah, I've got this now loaded. I had a collection. I've been and dropped that. Now I'm here. I'm full again, and I've got to take this back to the yard. I've just got it on break, so I haven't got to worry, because they faffed me around this place a little bit. They loaded me up and said, that's it, we can get your paperwork. Then they decided that something was missing, so I had to unbutton it all and unstrap everything. So, but the sun's out, so I don't care. They can waste as much of my time as they want. So yeah, we're all buttoned up again, ready to go. So I just about 5 minutes left, and then my break done. I haven't got to worry, so have to send me out again. Yes, well, I shall catch you later. Toodaloo. Have I told you the sun's shining? Happy days. Look, blue sky. It'll come blue in a minute. Oh, come on then, adjust. I'll be like that then.